am I?
The pit of despair. Don't even think.
Don't even think about trying to escape.
Yeah, no, welcome to episode 9 of Gorilla Radio Show. Boy oh boy, has a bunch of shit happened.
I suppose a bunch of shit has happened.
Yeah, so we launched our Patreon last episode, and we've got, we've got a decent amount of patrons, 5, I think? We've got some people that joined the Discord and some people that haven't, but, the Discord is a riot. We're all having a lot of fun in there. It's a channel where you can post pictures of
Am I in the wrong fucking Discord?
You get to see all of our tweets there first.
Yeah, you get to see, the thought process behind all them. You get to
see
get
our
behind
posts
the scenes
before
access.
we do them.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And on our Discord server, we have a little dedicated question bucket. So at the end of our episodes, we can pull from questions from our Patreon subscribers and Discord users. And if you want your question on the show, give us money.
On the real, though, guys, I'm unemployed. I've been unemployed for 3 weeks now. So this is not us saying give us money. I am absolutely begging you to help me pay my bills until I find a job.
Yeah, we've been crowdfunding Greg this whole time.
Please.
Yeah,
Austin and I personally bankrolling this man.
Yeah, so fucking the first $100-something, whatever we made, the Ko-fi said, that's for supplying everyone with microphones, but I ended up getting a microphone for Christmas, and so we forwarded all of the money to Greg, but it's not that much money. It's not rent money.
It's much appreciation for everybody who's given us money so far, because it really did. It paid some of my bills this month.
Yeah.
But
not to downplay.
Please, check the link down below for whatever. I don't know. And please throw me a couple bucks if you have a couple bucks. If you don't, please don't put yourself on the street for me. I'll be okay. But every bit does help.
Yeah, so if you want to help our boy out, then, just toss us a couple bucks. Maybe, by the time this episode comes out, it'll be a couple of days into February, so Patreon, I don't think Patreon money comes in till the end of the month, but, coffee, Patreon, whatever works. Anchor.
Bro, fuck it. I might just drop my Venmo into the episode release. Give me a couple
I'd be
bucks.
fine with that.
Yeah.
Just toss Greg a couple bucks.
When I do find a new job, don't worry, boys and girls, I'll be getting a better microphone, and I will buy the gorilla cakes for us to eat on camera. We haven't forgotten about that.
About fucking time. Yeah, no, if we fund Greg,
if we keep this specimen alive, we'll feed it gorilla food.
You'll get to see us do all sorts of experiments on this creature.
All kinds of zany new tricks.
We'll do all sorts of stuff for money. Okay.
I will. Whole picks are not off the table if we get enough money.
Look, Greg said it, not me. I'm not promising anything, but where should we start? There's kind of a lot of stuff going on. Should we talk about the QR code campaign first?
I think we should talk about our guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, so we got quite a lot of new viewers from this, I think. The
numbers have been going up.
The line did go up, the little statistics on Anchor. I think about 50-ish people have watched the first episode since I put these posters up. But anyways, I printed out chimpanzees. I photoshopped a QR code into a picture of a chimpanzee to make it look like the chimp was handing you this glowing heavenly QR code. And we were debating what to do with it, but we ended up just deciding just leave it a blank, bare, unlabeled QR code, and that'll just hopefully draw people's attention enough. And we know how much people on the internet love to scan QR codes that are completely unlabeled.
That's one of my favorite pastimes.
We love to do it. We love to scan unlabeled QR codes and just, click on whatever shows up first. But there's a bit of a complication with this campaign because we put them in some zany, funny places. Put them above a urinal, on some light poles. And we put one over a U.S. Army recruitment yard sign. And in retaliation, I'm guessing, I don't know who did it. I can only assume that this was an action by the U.S. military. Not only the poster that we put on the little sign, but all of the surrounding posters in the area were ripped off in a disrespectful manner, might I add. Mm-hmm. In such a way that scraps of it were hanging as a warning of what they've done, and fucking they were crumpled up and thrown in the nearby bushes.
Which again evidence of the U.S. military polluting the natural environment.
Exactly.
I've been on the inside circle of this whole operation, and we're hearing words that President Biden himself signed off on the attacks. It's harrowing to see this
President
kind of
Biden,
action
please
taken
call
by
off
the
your
military.
dogs.
But
I'm hearing word from the Secret Service that Champ has yet again bitten a Secret Service officer trying to pull down our posters.
Isn't Champ dead? Did he get a cat?
Oh yeah, Champ's the one that they sent to the fucking farm. I refuse to believe he died of natural causes.
They did not.
Fucking killed that
dog.
Dogs
died. They took that beast outside and shot him.
They called up Mayor Pete to kill that fucking dog.
Mayor Pete just showed up and took a fucking bite out of his head like an apple.
Hashtag Biden buries dogs. We haven't forgotten his psionic warriors and the crimes they've committed.
He sealed another boo-boo bear within the earth. I gotta stop riffing off that joke, or else everyone's gonna make fun of me online.
No, yeah, that's true. But this is my fault. I'm the one who brought it up, so I think you're in the clear.
I wasn't gonna do it, but then, anyways, so this military action, this assault from the U.S. military did not go unanswered by the guerrilla radio show coalition forces. At about 0800, February 1st, or was it February? Whatever.
Our brave spirit warriors retaliated.
We came back with a bigger poster and more tape, and we plastered that shit on top of the sign, and it's completely covered, and it has not been removed yet. Yeah. I think it's safe to say that this once again, guerrilla fighters have forced the U.S. military to back down.
You love to see it.
Yeah,
if y'all want to see all the pictures and stuff, that's on our Twitter, by the way, and you can see.
Yeah, they kind of did numbers. Mm-hmm. Not gonna lie.
You've probably already seen it, actually. Who am I kidding?
Yeah, honestly.
I personally will not rest until every single troop has listened to our podcast.
Mm-hmm. This is required viewing for the U.S. military. They've got to humble themselves before the ape podcaster if they want to even think about stepping foot in Iran. Or Crimea or Ukraine, whatever the fuck they're doing now. I don't know.
I don't know. We're all going to get drafted into it, though.
Look, draft evasion? I don't know am I allowed to endorse draft evasion on the pod?
I think we're allowed to say we would evade the draft. I don't think that's a crime. Anyway, I'll be evading the draft.
Yeah. Look, I've got more important. I'm half blind, anyways.
They literally will not take me into the fucking U.S. military alive. I mean,
yeah, no, say it. You could not get me to serve the military.
I'll serve crack before I serve this country.
Yeah,
I'll be slinging perks before they take me.
I serve chimpanzees food before I serve this country.
Well, awesome. I got bad news for you. You've already served chimpanzees food.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I was going with. Okay, so one topic that actually sort of arose naturally in the Discord. Have a lot of fun in the Discord, by the way. Just so you know.
That's great in there. That's the party.
Just in case you want to join.
Man, I just gotta say once again, I am not sure who they are talking to when they're saying that it's fun in the Discord.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a fun time.
It is primarily us, and then some other people, like two people who
No, it's
Have
like
pain.
4 people at this point.
It's 4 people now. At first, it was very hard to be in a Discord with just one person who was like, and shout out Birds with Feet.
Oh
Or Birds
yeah,
with Teeth.
okay. It was kind of funny just opening the Discord for the first person. It was just us and one other person, just like chilling.
Yeah.
Left joined the Discord.
Left, our eternal tormentor.
They've
We
come
will
back
have
to
to get
torment
back
us
at
some
one
more.
day.
But yeah,
Okay. We're not
Yeah,
gonna
one
plug
thing-
any more, but
yeah. So, one thing that sort of showed up naturally on the Discord was there's this brand of gas station dick pills called Crazy Gorilla 350,000. I think it goes up to 500,000 actually, but basically, if you don't know what a gas station dick pill is, Greg can tell you about that. But basically,
Would you like me to?
It's... I mean, I was just gonna say it's like Viagra that makes your heart explode. But if you have a better description for it, go ahead.
Imagine taking a pill that made you come.
Well,
Imagine
I'm imagining it.
taking the pill and then coming uncontrollably for the next 9 to 36 hours.
Jesus Christ,
And that's, that's kind of what it's like.
haven't tried it, but
Don't knock it till you
this
try it.
particular this particular brand is called Crazy Gorilla. It's got a fucking gorilla on the cover, and it's got so many just chemicals in it. Some of the chemicals, they don't tell you what they are. The serving size does not match up with the actual contents of the pill. So I don't know, like, if you're supposed to cut it up into little pieces, or if that's just one theory was that it lasts like however many days, so that's just how much the serving size is per day, but you're taking it all at once, so that doesn't really make sense. Most of these gas station pills also very illegal substances inside. Not illegal as in like coke, they're not just giving out free coke, but
God, I wish.
That's what the elite want you to think.
you can get free coke at any gas station. Well, it's not free, it's the price of one dick pill, but
It's about $6.
yeah, so fucking just a ton of shit, stuff that the FDA has not approved to be in there, so the way they get around that is they don't put it on the label. And
Yeah, they call them capsules, because if you call it a pill, you gotta... I think there's like higher standards you gotta meet.
yeah, it's very strange, but this discussion sort of evolved, and because of the gorilla on the cover, we were asked, this is our first question bot question, we can do the rest later, but what would happen if a primate was put on gas station dick pills? Does anyone have any guesses to this? Because
I have like a solid answer.
really,
Oh,
Yeah,
All
that
right,
monkey's
go
gonna
Okay.
fuck you.
ahead. He's gonna fuck me.
That monkey's gonna fuck you. That
He's-
monkey is gonna
me specifically.
well, whoever gives him the pill, that monkey
Yeah.
is gonna.
Yeah.
The monkey's gonna tear your ass up.
Oh my god, that's a
Like a chimp
horrible.
busting it down, sexual style. Is he goated with the sauce?
He is goated.
You're about to find out.
If a chimp boy busts it down sexual style, is he goated with the sauce?
I
This is
think
the
so.
only way we'll be able to find out. But,
I think it would die of a heart attack.
Do you think
I'd
Jeffrey
say-
Epstein
I think
fucked a
that
monkey
chimp
at
would
any
die of a
point?
heart attack immediately.
Wait, did you hear me? Did you hear me?
What?
say?
I
Do you
heard something
think-
about
Do you
Epstein.
think?
What did you say?
Do you
Greg?
think Epstein ever fucked a monkey?
Oh, this question. This is your own question. You're not allowed to ask it. Go away.
I'm asking.
I don't. I would hope not. I would
but
just
I
really
think he
hope
did.
not.
Okay, I don't
thi-
think
you
Epstein
think he
fucked
did?
a monkey.
I think he
Oh.
did.
Do you think
That's
it was
like-
that orangutan we talked about in episode 3?
Oh fuck! It could have been.
The one that the one that I'm gonna kill.
What? No. The orangutan who was used as a sex slave, buddy?
Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it.
Not
I could
that
see
one.
him
now
like.
leave that in.
I meant the Sandra.
Who the
Her.
fuck is Sam?
Oh, do you not remember? This was like episode 2 material where Chandran was talking about killing the orangutan who was
Premeditated
granted legal
murder.
personhood.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. count as murder? Yeah.
Probably.
My opinion, I looked into this. I was researching. I was like, did they test Viagra on, chimps and monkeys? And I couldn't find shit. The closest I could find was the effects of sildenafil, I think that's how you say it, whatever, on hamsters. And I don't know, they just started fucking, I guess, but that's only one of the chemicals that's in a gas station dick pill. And if it's in there, it's illegally there in the first place.
Good job, gas station
Pretty
dick
much,
pills.
if you want a breakdown of the chemicals in gas station dick pills, it's just an absolute mishmash of things that are just designed to A, increase your blood flow and heart rate, B, widen your arteries, and C, a bunch of like completely unrelated like vitamins and testosterone supplements that probably aren't doing anything, but something about the concoction just, according to Greg, works really, really well.
Makes you unhinged. It kind of turns you into a little bit of a monster.
Wait, hold on. I think I might have missed the part where Greg confessed that he's done dick pills.
Well, like
He's
as a
taken
joke.
dick pills.
Did you not see that? Like, you
didn't
did
see
it
that.
ironically, like as a joke.
I didn't ironically have sex on them, but I did take the pill ironically, like this isn't going to do anything.
Uh-huh.
And then it did.
And you know what? Good for you,
And
Greg.
yeah, you know what? I'll be damned.
I think
I gotta
would
tell you though, the
personally
confidence
die
you
if I
have
took
to have
them.
to walk into your local 7-Eleven and pull that off the rack with nothing else, and just be like, just
Yeah,
this.
I'll have the
And then they
crazy
have to
gorilla
look-
500,000.
They have to look you right in the fucking eye and be like, $3.89.
Well, how,
And then I pay in
wait.
nickels. Just make it take as long as possible to pay for this. Turn around to the guy behind me and go, look at this.
Keep a roll of quarters and like a rolled up condom, just like pull them out.
Keep all my money in a sock.
I'm horrified at the concept of buying dick pills at a cashier and not just from a little machine that spouts it out in a nasty ass bathroom.
Where do they have where do they have the machine that spouts those out? What bathrooms are you going into?
In gas stations, they have shitty. They have little. They have little.
vending machine.
I don't think I've ever been.
Not a vending machine. It's like a gumball machine on the wall. You put a quarter in and you get a dick pill out.
I don't think
Wait,
I've
have y'all guys?
no.
do you
never
guys-
seen that in my life.
Oh my god. Okay, so if you go to
Never
like
seen
really like seedy, nasty convenience stores and gas stations, they will have in the bathrooms, like hygiene products,
Like cock pills.
like cock pills. The more inclusive, so to say, shitty gas stations will have like tampons and stuff, and like little metal boxes hung up on the wall, and you give it like a quarter and we'll pop it out for you in the women's restroom. In the men's restroom, they have condoms and dick pills, which is like
the
a
necessities.
the necessities. Everything a growing boy needs for his reproductive health.
Dudes rock.
Dudes fucking rock.
Just these like fucking obelisks on the wall, just this nasty gray brown metal, and you give it a quarter or a couple of quarters, and you twist the thing, and like a little gumball machine, like a little boy on his 3rd birthday getting a gumball, you get dick pills and condoms. I am
We're gonna have to
surprised
bring this
that
back
this is
to
not your
monkeys.
like
yeah.
somehow. Anyway.
I was just gonna say, if I had to break it down by like the reaction of each like major great ape, orangutans, depends what kind of orangutans, because there's alpha male orangutans, or whatever you want to call them, with the like big cheek flanges, the big round faces that like don't even have to try to get any mates. Then there's the little like incel orangutans who never get any pussy.
Little mousy
I feel
boy.
like it would...
Little tiny little boy, little mousy boy, just looking for some cheese.
Exactly. I think it would drive the incel orangutans insane. The big orangutans though, I don't know. I feel like they'd enjoy it. I feel like they could handle it.
Mhm.
Gorillas, I mean, you saw that article about the gorillas at the Bronx Zoo eating pussy in front of everyone, right?
Yeah.
I did not see this.
You didn't see that
It
article?
happens
Well,
so much more often than you would think.
Yeah, no.
I gotta be honest, I've never thought about it before, so I guess I don't know how.
Monkeys love sucking dick.
And eating pussy.
And eating
Yeah.
pussy. Where do you think we get it?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
In this DNA, baby. It's in this DNA.
Chimpanzees, I think, would start jacking off so hard they ripped their own dick off and died. Bonobos, I think a bonobo's heart would fucking explode on the spot. Like, they all their blood would go to their dick, and they'd just fucking aneurysm and die. Just
okay, but to be fair to those
change.
bonobos, whichever one of those bonobos survived, we know how they'd be like normally.
If any, like, there'd be like the 1 out of 100 bonobos that survive, like when you spray a bunch of mosquitoes with pesticide, and it would go on to become the most powerful bonobo you've ever seen. Just like dragging its balls along the ground.
Fucking like a maniac.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's my opinion on what would happen if you gave recreational sex pills to various primates. In other more scientific news, Greg mentioned this like a week ago. There was a study. Yeah, no, he sent a study where they took some like chimpanzees and like isolated them in the middle of nowhere and tried to coax them into learning how to crack open nuts with stones. And I think after a year, the chimps still didn't know what to do. But, you know, the chimps that in areas where they know how to do that, they had, you know, even their young offspring were doing it, like, as soon as they learned how to, you know, hold a stone and nut and shit, which proves a point that, much like humans, chimps undergo a sort of social evolution where they're evolving, but not in the sense that anything physiologically is changing about them or anything in their genes, but just that this, like, social, almost cultural knowledge is being passed down from generation to generation, and that is increasing their biological fitness.
I
even though
fucking
it's a
sent this?
completely social fact. Yeah, no, you sent this.
Did I
mean, don't know if
fucking
you
read
it.
this? I guess I must have read part of it.
Yeah, no, it's really fascinating because like when a huge group of chimps die, it's not just you're not just losing that population. You're using the sum total of knowledge that those chimpanzees had about surviving in the wild, and you're setting back chimpanzee survivability irreversibly because that knowledge can't be passed on to any other chimps. And chimps don't teach each other; they just learn by observing. So like even if you're watching like a rival group crack open, you know, walnuts with a rock, you're still learning how to do that from them. But if all the chimps who know how to do this die, all of a sudden there's chimps are just gonna start dropping like flies because, you know, they can't open these nuts or they have to get their protein.
Well, that's
from
an
something
interesting
else.
opinion. That's an interesting opinion, but don't care, didn't ask, cope, seethe, pound sand, tell Reddit, log off. I'm faster and stronger than you. I rejected your mom's advances, touched grass, it never happened. Ratioed, you're what zero pussy does to a motherfucker. Screen capped your bio, kick rocks. I can smell your stench from here, and you're going in my cringe compilation.
That was really hurtful, Greg. That was really hurtful, Greg. You know, I was just really excited to share my new monkey knowledge with you, and you shot me down. You hit me right where it hurts, Greg.
Seethe, motherfucker.
I'm not seething. I'm not coping well with it at all.
Pounding sand.
I guess so.
Now, Greg, did you pull out that copy pasta before Austin started talking, or while he was talking?
While he was talking. I was looking for a meme to send to my roommate, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh fuck, I gotta read this off.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. What do you mean copy pasta? I made that up.
I just figured, you know, this podcast, after starting out the episode with a tirade about gas station cock pills for 20 minutes.
Oh, we'd do something serious?
Valid anthropological scientific knowledge about primates. You know, I'm sure there's some people listening to the pod who still like that stuff.
Yeah, check Discord.
What did you send? You can't just send that again in text form. You fucker.
Read it yourself this time.
I'm not reading that whole thing.
I'm gonna tell my cat to fucking go pound sand.
Go pound your litter box.
She's literally
kid.
sitting there looking so cute at me, but like, seethe, bitch.
Damn.
I love seethe and cope.
Seethe is such
Great
a good
words.
word.
Yeah, seethe.
Also, like,
Love to see. Love
ratio,
to
it'll never get old for me.
cope.
It's so good.
Anyways, so have you guys heard about chimps? So, fuck, I don't know how to... This is not going to transition naturally. So just so everybody knows, that's fine. Just so everybody knows, guys, we did just cut out 10 minutes of us trying to figure out what the fuck we're going to talk about.
Well, no, I have stuff to talk about. I was just wondering. You seemed like you had something in mind.
Pit of Despair. So we're going to talk about something called the Pit of Despair today. The Pit of Despair is not just a fun bit that you say to people when you're feeling down, ironically. The Pit of Despair was a name used by a psychologist. His name was Harry Harlow. Specifically designed to be a monkey torture device. This is a psychologist in the 70s who was trying to research into the nature of depression itself, what that mental illness was.
And what did you say his name was again?
Harry Harlow.
Any relation to Jack Harlow?
No.
We can find it.
Anyway.
It would be really funny if Jack Harlow was like funded by like a monkey torture trust fund.
Yeah.
But go on.
So Harry Harlow was a comparative psychologist who was doing work on monkeys and love and affection. And then his wife died, and he seemed to go full Joker mode and go completely unhinged. And he kind of changed what he was doing. So before it was like the nature of love and monkeys, and so he was doing these already kind of cruel experiments on monkeys, where he would replace the mother with a doll, and sometimes the doll would like punch the monkey through the doll, have like a little metal like plug in it, and it would pop out and punch the monkey. And no matter what, as long as it still looked like the mom and it had like food attached to it, monkey would go back. But the Pit of Despair is the worst part of this. So the Pit of Despair was essentially, think of a traffic cone, flip it over so it's wide side at the top, and there'd be a little flat space in the bottom. And Mr. Harlow would drop a macaque in there. Is it a macaque or a macaque?
I've always said macaque, and no one's corrected me, so I'm pretty sure it's
mostly
macaque.
because I feel like that's hilarious. But
it is fun to say.
He'd
but
drop
you
a
get used to
macaque
it.
or macaque. He'd drop a little monkey in there. Usually like right at birth, like when they were very, very small. Maybe they'd been out of the womb, out of the mother for like 5 minutes. Drop them in there,
Jesus
food and water,
Christ.
and then he would cover it. These monkeys had no contact with another monkey, with a person, with anything, for anywhere between 30 days and up to a year and a half, 2 years. And invariably, the monkey would come out completely fucked up. The monkey would always come out fucked up.
I mean, you would too, to be fair.
Yeah, no, anybody would. And he was trying to do research into the nature... This is an experiment, by the way, that would never fly today. This is so fucked up.
Oh, absolutely not. Not with Ayacook and
Yeah.
all the PETA and all that stuff.
So, basically, he did a variety of different things, but the monkeys would all go insane to some degree. And sometimes he would take a monkey that had already been socialized to other monkeys or to people, and he would drop it in the Pit of Despair for a month, 2 months, a year. And when they came out, they had lost their socialization. Oh yeah, more than a year sometimes.
Jesus, what
they
the fuck?
they had completely lost their socializations, and they were basically, they showed signs of psychosis. They became psychotic. This happened to every single monkey he did this to, and he never learned anything about depression so much as isolation. The monkeys all did the same thing. He would drop them into the thing, and for the first 2 or 3 days, they would be trying to get out. They would try to get out, but they couldn't. It's an inverted traffic cone. They just slide down again. And after a couple of days, every single one of these monkeys would lay down in the corner and not move. They would eat, and they would lay in that corner. That's all they would do. And so when he would take them out after whatever predetermined period for that specific monkey, a lot of them died. A lot of them killed themselves, like refused to eat, like they would starve themselves to death. They would get into fights with the other monkeys until like the other monkeys basically beat them to death. He also created this thing, and trigger warning. It's called the rape rack.
Oh God!
He took monkeys that had been in this isolation, that had been stuck in a pit of despair for months at a time, and he would put them in, trigger warning again, the rape rack, basically so that they were stuck, hunched in a position that a male monkey would mate with them, and he would force the male monkeys to mate with them, and then he wanted to see how a monkey with zero socialization would raise a monkey. What would happen if they became a parent? Did not go well. Did not go well at all. One of the monkeys took its baby and smashed its head into the side of its enclosure until it exploded.
What the
yeah,
fuck? Jesus Christ!
One of the monkey mothers held down their offspring and ripped off its hands and feet until it bled to death. Some of them just ignored the infants until they starved to death, like they refused to feed them. A lot of them beat the shit out of their babies until they died. Also, I'm going to clear the air a little bit. I did not create the term rape rack. He did. That's what he called it.
This guy seems kind of like a psycho.
He
not gonna
also
lie.
He also named the pit of despair the pit of despair.
This guy, I think going Joker mode is an understatement. I feel like he went like fucking. He went like Nazi scientist mode.
Yeah, and so a lot of the and the scientific community, just so we're all aware, like the 1970s or not, the scientific community at large disavowed this man. They thought what he was doing was cruel and evil, and it just torture.
I would too. I mean,
yeah, and the basic understanding here is that every other primate psychologist, primatologist said we already know that this is what happens. This is what happens when a social creature can be destroyed by destroying its social ties. It's very easy. It's not something that he needed to do this to. It seems more of like a personal, very disgusting self-gratification on the part of Harlow. His wife died and he became very depressed, and then he did this. Like, that's the timeline of this. His wife got cancer and passed away, and then he did this. And then when somebody asked him why he created this like torture device as like this pit of despair, his only response is because that's how it feels when I'm depressed.
I feel like there's not much of anything to be gained from these experiments. Like, wow, wouldn't you look at that? Depriving social animals of socialization tends to not be good for them. And then all that other stuff is just like, that's just like sadistic as fuck. I mean, god damn. Greg, yeah. I do appreciate your ability to bring the most fucked up things imaginable to my and the podcast viewers' attentions.
Not a problem.
I guess while we're still on this really fucked up note, you mentioned monkey suicides. The one, there is suicide that happens in the monkey world. The slow lorises, I believe, are one example where if they get too stressed out, they start panicking and they eventually overwhelm themselves and just start smashing their head on a tree trunk until they die. So yeah, no, it is a real thing.
How did we find that out?
I guess just. Well, now you've got me paranoid because I'm like, I mean, I don't know if this is observed in the wild. This is just something I've heard that happens. I mean, we kind of went over this on the Greg is a Crank episode, but there's like a lot of fucked up shit that happens to monkeys in experiments, and it's not great to think about, especially when you think about how primate use and research is just because they're so analogous to humans. I mean, look at what happens to people in what's it called? The prison thing when you're completely isolated. Prison, what's that called?
Solitary confinement.
Solitary confinement.
Solitary?
Thank you, Chandra. Yeah, solitary confinement. There's like experiments where like people who are kept in solitary confinement, which and just for the record, I completely agree with the idea that solitary confinement is a form of torture. Solitary confinement, like, people, they'll begin, like, there's been documented cases where people will throw their own shit at prison guards, and, like, they'll get punished, but it's preferable for them because at least they're getting some kind of socialization or validation that the things that they are seeing are being perceived by others as well. Like, this kind of ties back into the social evolution thing I was talking about before Greg went on that whole spiel, but social species, like primates, they rely on socialization not just because, it feels good and that's what you're supposed to do, but because we have evolved in a way that means we require the input of others and, like, other members of our species to reinforce what we are seeing. Like, if we see something explode, and only one person is reacting to it, that person's going to think they're crazy because nobody else is reacting to that explosion, and they're like, well, clearly it's not real if nobody else is reacting to it. You require a lot of validation from other people, not just, like, in the form of getting Twitter likes, but in the like fact that we literally require other people to validate our, perceptions in order for our brains to determine that what we're seeing is true. I feel like Harlow really did not need to torture those monkeys in such a sadistic way to learn any of that. In fact, I feel like by the 1970s, it was already known. He just wanted to torture some monkeys.
Yeah, he just wanted to do it.
Who allowed him to do? Like, did he build and, like, fund all this himself? How did he do this? That's a good line of inquiry.
The University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Oh, what? Jesus. I mean, that's actually one of the, like, leading... they have, like, a big, like, primate research directory, and a lot of, like, primatologists go there, as well as, like, University of Central Washington. Yeah, that's really... Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I didn't think they were behind that. That's... puts a damper on things. Huh. Wow. Okay. Jesus. Huh. That's some really heavy stuff, Greg.
He also vivisected a couple of them.
Oh, well, I feel like the American Anti-Vivisection Society existed at that point. Did they not, like, try to stop him? Or...
Guess they didn't care.
That's... You can just get away with anything if a university funds it, I guess. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so on that note, want to answer some questions?
Yeah, let's answer some
Greg,
funny
what
monkey
the fuck
questions.
was this? What the fuck was this insane veer into the most fucked up shit I've ever heard?
When you said you had something to talk about, I didn't think it would just take the entire episode in a wildly different direction. We started for the first 20 minutes of this podcast talking about gas station dick pills,
We don't
and
talk
now I'm
about
like fucking
depressed.
Yeah, but
well, I wanted to talk about monkeys. God, you think I searched out fucked up things people have done to monkeys? No.
Sometimes I wonder.
I rarely bring anything to the table here other than comedic relief, okay? I finally bring a scientific fucking article here. And you guys go, oh, it's fucked up. Oh yeah, a lot of it was fucked up.
It's appreciated. It's just really fucked up, and I don't even know how we're gonna segue out of this one.
We just did. Question bucket time.
Yeah, it is question bucket time.
If all the Gorilla Radio Show hosts were different kinds of primates than humans, which primates would y'all be? Would Greg be a bonobo?
I think Greg would be a bonobo.
I don't think I would be a bonobo.
What do you think you would be, Greg?
What's like an underachieving lazy primate?
Maybe the slow loris. Do you ever like bang your head against shit? I don't know.
I'm so afraid of being dead. As an aside, like I imagine, like the biggest fear I have is dying. So like, I've been real sad before, but like never once have I been like I should kill myself because that scares me more than being depressed.
Yeah, I mean that's a very human instinct to have. I think. That's an instinct of all life. I feel like actually, that's I don't know what's.
Austin coming out against suicidal people,
I
calling
am.
them non-human.
No, wait, no, hold on. I'm not calling anyone inhuman. No, hold on.
You guys heard it here first. Austin doesn't care if you're mentally ill.
That's not what I said. Oh, jeez. I'm trying to. I mean, orangutans, they can be pretty underachieving. I mean, not underachieving so much as they are like just chill with, just.
You know what? Fuck it.
vibing
I
by
think
themselves.
I'd be like a New World monkey. Like
Like
What
a
the fuck does
capuchin?
that mean?
yeah. What?
Like a capuchin.
Yeah. Like a tiny New World monkeys are the smaller monkeys.
Yeah, they got the
okay.
prehensile tails.
Yeah, they like just. They're the ones that always wear the little fez and crank the machine for the Turkish guy.
They're all young and spry, though. You're like not that.
I believe, actually, I don't know how much this has caught on yet, but we've kind of moved past the New World and Old World naming system because,
Oh, have we?
yeah, as you can imagine, calling Africa the Old World and calling America the New World has kind of lost some relevancy in scientific thought. So we've actually moved to calling them platyrrhines and catarrhines, which platyrrhines are what we would call the New World monkeys, and catarrhines are the Old World monkeys. Which, by the way, Ethan brought this to my attention. One thing we haven't talked about is like right-wing grifters like Jordan Peterson and whatever that other dumbass was who wrote that Gorilla Mindset book. They love to talk about primate behavior with absolutely zero understanding of anything in the primatological field.
Hey, that's what I
Like,
do.
well, at least you're coming from like a more like scientific perspective, or at least you try to, I think. But like it's just like finding. I mean, what these people do, I mean, we'll probably do an episode, or at least a bit about it in a later episode. Maybe even Ethan will come back. Write in the comments if you want Ethan to come back. Mail us a bomb if you don't want him to come back. But I don't know, like right-wing grifters like this, they just kind of find behaviors that they assume happen with like chimpanzees and gorillas and just sort of extrapolate that onto humans, even though A, that doesn't work, and B, most of their assumptions are false in the first place. But yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting topic we could go over, but we never answered the question we started talking about. Is one thing that I'm noticing.
All right.
What would you be changing?
Greg, I don't know. What's the panda of the monkeys?
The panda.
What's the fat fuck who sleeps for 20 hours a day and just eats bamboo? And just like terrorizes ecosystems because they're too selfish to care about the planet. That's me.
I feel like there's not really many primates like that. Most of them are pretty active seed dispersers. They're all like a net positive for their environments. I mean, proboscis monkeys do have the big pot belly, and they do devastate a lot of growing mangrove trees because they.
Are you saying that Indian people have proboscis monkey noses?
No, that is not what I'm saying. Actually, hold on. No, I'm not saying Indian people do, but there's actually a really funny sort of local name for these monkeys in Indonesia or Borneo, and they're called the Dutch man because basically the big noses and potbellies they say look like a white person. But yeah, what proboscis monkeys do.
Oh, you know what? If you put some Oakleys on this guy, yeah, he would definitely be making car videos. Put some Oakleys on this proboscis monkey, because like they naturally have that hair and that head shape, right?
They do. They are kind of the white man of the monkey world. just on visuals alone. Their penises are also perpetually erect. So I don't know, Greg. If you want to change your answer, Greg, there's.
I didn't hear a word of what you just fucking said. I'm so sorry.
Okay, never mind.
Really funny stuff.
Chandran is the proboscis monkey.
Content. I'm the proboscis.
Is that the one with the fucked up face?
Yeah, the big nose.
Yeah, but yeah,
the face is like that fucked up, not as fucked up as some other monkeys I've seen. But we were talking about if you just gave a proboscis monkey a pair of Oakleys. Like car videos.
God damn, that
Yeah,
would be
no.
cool.
They eat like really young mangrove saps so they can ferment them in their cow-like chambered stomach, and that does
Damn.
sort of harm regrowing efforts. But you know, the palm oil is a bigger problem, obviously. As for me,
Chimp.
I'm not gonna. You can't. I don't want to take the easy way out and say chimp. I feel like
That is the easy one.
that's
You're
such
a
an easy
rhesus
way out.
monkey.
Just
What is
a rhesus
the...
monkey?
Yeah, look them up.
A rhesus...
No, I know what
rhesus
they are,
macaque,
but
yeah.
what's your reasoning?
Cause you're a little mousy boy. You're a little. You're just a cute little boy, little mousy boy, just trying to get some cheese, just hanging out.
All right. I mean, there are mouse lemurs if you wanted to.
No, lemurs are not monkeys. I refuse.
Well, they literally aren't. They're prosimians, but they're still primates.
Prosimians.
Yeah. So you know what?
What do you mean?
I've been spitting a lot of.
You know what? Actually, I don't want to
prosimians
know
are
any more science.
Yeah, let's just get back to the questions.
Let's
we can
do prosimians
save the
on another
science for
episode.
later. Yeah, we can go into prosimians.
Oh.
Another.
Hey,
Yeah. What's going on?
can we do blockbuster videos question?
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, we should start saying the patrons who were the ones who gave these questions. Bird with Teeth was the one who gave us the gorilla dick pill question. And the which primate would we be was an anonymous question that we just kind of liked, and everyone else sort of added on to. But yeah, so what's Blockbuster Video's question?
Coco the gorilla. I'm going to put that in quotes so everybody knows what the fuck we're talking about. Coco the gorilla may have answered this, but what do primates think about death? What do they do with their dead, and do they remember/honor their dead?
That's really good and also relevant because Ari, I think the second person to join the Discord as a patron, one of their questions was if we can talk about Coco the gorilla. So, Coco the gorilla...
Who is Coco the gorilla?
Let's do the death part first.
Yeah, no. Coco the
Okay.
gorilla, they, interviewed her and asked what she thought about death, which she responded something like, comfortable whole, bye, and that was the only answer she would give. Not quite sure what that means, but I will say, I don't really think Coco the gorilla knew how to talk. It's again, we talked about this, these primates were totally, gaming the system, so to speak, and just giving expected responses in order to get stimulation or rewards in exchange. Coco the gorilla, most of the time, what she was saying is nonsense. She was just trying out new combinations to see what would, get her rewards. And the researchers marked that as evidence of independent thought and trying to make new words with what they taught her, but realistically, Coco was just trying new combinations of words and repeating the ones that had worked in the past. But yeah, I mean, that is a really enigmatic answer to the question anyways. Comfortable, whole, bye. Yeah, I can't tell, how the researchers could have possibly influenced that. Maybe by trying to explain the concept of a grave to Coco. That's how that came along. But primates do have, a mourning process and funeral rites almost that have been observed. Chimpanzees especially. The place I interned at recently had... this is actually kind of sad. It was the chimp who threw poop at me. He died of... causes that I don't think they published yet, or I haven't seen. But yeah, no, he was 26 or something. He passed away recently. What usually happens in these facilities when the chimps pass away is all of the chimps will sort of silently crowd around the body and just sort of observe it and be with it for upwards of 72 hours. And they're really resistant to caretakers coming in and doing anything or disturbing the body or moving it, even though it's necessary to perform a necropsy on it and everything. There is a video in some wildlife preserve, I think, where there were two chimps and they sort of had an adoptive son. I'm not sure how that worked, but it didn't give you much context before the video. It's a very short video. And it shows the two chimps just sort of sitting around the body and just watching it, and they start cleaning its teeth with grass and, tasting it, grooming it. That's another thing they do. They like to groom the dead bodies as if they're still alive. And that's consistent with pretty much all primate species, even humans, if you think about it. There was a proboscis monkey documentary, and this is also just really common with monkeys in general, where if an infant proboscis monkey or other monkey dies, the mother will continue to carry it around as if it's not dead for as long as she can until it's too decayed to still be picked up. By the time the mother finally moves on, she's just dropping this mummified baby monkey on the ground that's visibly rotten and decayed. They'll still try to groom it and feed it and stuff. They'll try to shoo off the flies. But yeah, there's a very inwritten instinct in all primates to sort of care for our dead and watch over them. So yeah, that is, primates do know about death. They comprehend it to I'd say a greater degree than other animals, although I guess that's making some big assumptions about animals that I don't specialize in. Sorry this is such a depressing episode.
You think monkeys go to heaven?
No, they go to hell.
Monkeys go to hell because they were cast out of Eden just like us.
Monkeys go directly to hell.
If they haven't been graced by God's baptizing waters.
Were you?
Could you?
I was baptized.
Into what?
The Baptist Church.
Really?
Man, your family really got
mom...
here and then just bought hook, line, and sinker into America, huh?
Family? My mom is from North Carolina. You fucking... They didn't get here.
Oh,
what
yeah,
the fuck?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, sorry.
You forgot I was half white? Okay.
Yeah,
Fucked up brown boy busting it down sexual style.
No, my dad is...
Is he
my
goated
dad is
with
still,
the nod?
Shut up.
I'm leaving that one in. I'm leaving that one in.
Let the people judge if that was fucked up or not. It was.
No, my dad is still a very devout Hindu. He did not buy into the colonizers' bullshit.
Is he
also,
big
Hindus
in on
are
hating
also
Pakistan?
colonizers, but he is. He's. I think he has a pretty rational take on partition. Do
you want to do another question before we get back into Indian geopolitics again?
Let's
we
do
should one more question.
This is from Lef.
Yeah, I was gonna say you want to do Lef's next.
I will do Lef's question. They ask, you get the power to shape shift into only one monkey species. Which do you choose? This is a little bit like our last one, but
Chimp.
also chimp.
I'm picking chimp for sure.
I'm picking a chimp.
So rather than what would you be, it's what you want to be.
What you could shapeshift into, yeah. Are you kidding me? The strength of 10 men? In.
I want to get into those wars. I want to get into a chimp civil war.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
I want to fight alongside my family.
We can all be chimps together.
I want to lead
hand in hand.
The largest chimp civil war ever recorded by scientists.
I'd like
to be
the
I want to make chimp history.
No, I want to do the thing that
Ulysses.
because listen here, y'all. This is not what do you become. This is a shape-shifting situation. I still got human brain up here.
Well,
I'm still smart like that.
Well, Bird, for the hard mode, Bird suggests that the shapeshift is permanent.
Yeah, I'll be a chimp for the rest of my life. I will start so many fucking civil wars.
Is this your only reason?
I will be... Yeah! This is my exclusive reason for being a chimp. I will lead a campaign of terror across continents.
Oh my god.
We will become... we will lead civil wars. We will build boats. We will go to new countries.
I've never seen this side of you.
I will play Civ 4, Hearts of Iron. All those games, I will play them in real life as a chimp. I will enact my
One man's death
imperialism.
is a tragedy, Chandran. A million? Just a number on a screen.
My God. One chimp's death. This is a
I think Stalin said that.
Let's go Stalin.
Honestly,
Good job, Stalin.
So yeah, about that Blue Chew sponsorship we're pursuing.
oh yeah, let's get that.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be funny if we got a Blue Chew sponsorship after we talked about Gorilla Dick pills on the pod.
If Cumtown
Yeah.
can get a Blue Chew sponsorship and say the most fucked up things, I feel like we can.
We can
Why
get
are
it.
you-
We can get it. We deserve one.
Then they'll send us free product, and I'll use it.
Look, tell us what to our Patreon, our patrons, and those who send us money. Otherwise, would you be mad? Would you be mad if we got a Blue Chew sponsorship? If we started advertising dick
Would
pills
you be
on
mad
the
if
pod?
we got literally any
They don't-
Wouldn't be long.
sponsorships?
Just like a minute or two. Little
I don't
segment.
have a job, so I don't really care if you like it or not. Audience,
We're getting this Blue
I
Chew
have to pay
sponsorship.
fucking rent.
They can
I
pay
don't
me
care if
in
it's
Blue
fucking
Chews.
Blue Apron. I'll do Blue Apron. I'll do Me Undies. I'll do Mack Weldon underwear.
I'll do BetterHelp.
I don't care. Who are the people
I'll
that
throw you
sponsor Joe
mentally ill
Rogan's
motherfuckers
No.
above.
I'll do Alex Jones's fucking supplements. I don't give a fuck.
Get roided like a chimp in real life.
You want monkey strength? Get this shit. Anyway, if anybody out there is listening, please sponsor me.
Yeah, what, you think Blue Chew's already listening to us?
I hope so.
They're like scouting us like a fucking college football recruiter.
Spotify, I know that you're having some trouble with Joe Rogan right now. Give us the $100 million contract, and I promise
Give
you,
it to
we
us.
won't-
We'll do
we
good
won't-
on it.
We won't do anything that has to do with anti-vax, and we'll still talk about the same dumb shit he does.
Exactly. We can
But
talk
also we're
about
funnier and cooler
like
and
chimps
hotter.
being scary. We
I'll
do it all
smoke
the
weed
time.
with Elon Musk. And then I'll redacted him.
Well, I mean, this came up on the Discord as well. Someone suggested like we bring like celebrities on the pod, like Elon Musk, and I believe I said that I would under the stipulation that we could lock him in the room with a chimpanzee and nobody else, and nobody's allowed to leave, Hell in the Cell style, until one of them dies.
Yeah,
Are we gonna give him a ladder or something?
Give him a little
Wait, okay.
briefcase at the
We're gonna
top
put
with
the
like
keys
bananas
to a
inside
Tesla
of
at the top of the ceiling, and somebody's got to use the ladder to get to it first.
it. No, seal off the fucking Tesla Hyperloop and just trap them in there and just have him run back and forth until he runs out of energy, and the chimp just like fucking slowly towers over him.
Anyway, Elon, come on the pod.
Put Elon in the fucking torture pit, the pit of despair.
Pit of despair? No, I wouldn't wish that on my
Oh!
literal worst enemy.
Yeah. Speaking of putting famous people in rooms, Austin, earlier today you said I would like to put Joe Rogan in a cold damp room and pluck him, and I truly have no fucking clue what you meant.
Is there context
I-
for that?
No, I just
No!
would like to keep him moist and like pluck him constantly.
Pluck him with what?
Or like
pluck
tweezers
what
or
off of
something.
him?
I don't know. Like, have you seen his fucked up nipples? How they look like he's
This
been
is
like
so
nursing
fucking
some
sadistic
kittens.
of you. Like, what?
I'm
what
not
are you,
a-
who are you channeling right now?
I'm not a sadistic or mean person, except when it comes
Okay,
to
Beria.
like, when it comes to like Joe Rogan and Elon Musk. I would like do unspeakable things to my enemies.
Joe Rogan is
and not-
honestly fucking harmless. He'll
Not
just
like my
regurgitate whatever's
personal
around him.
enemies. Like I wouldn't do this to someone who was like mean to me once.
Yeah,
I would do this to Elon Musk though.
We could make Joe Rogan a devout communist if we just put enough of them around him. He's just a parrot.
Yeah, he's kind of a
He's-
sponge. He just
He's
takes
fucking
in whatever
harmless.
he takes in whatever he heard last and just sort of puts it back out there. But the
Him as a
problem
man is harmless.
he
His
only
platform is
puts
not.
other right wing people around him, so he's just like amplifying that.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I
we
don't know.
could take
Jordan
his job.
Peterson did tell me to clean my room.
That is true, but you know Jordan Peterson's in a benzo's coma in Russia, so you know
Which, by the way, that's a dude's rock moment if I've ever heard one.
he's on an all meat diet, only like salt and
He's
beef
on an all
and benzos.
an all beef
all he
and
eats.
oxycodone diet.
It's a baller. That's baller moves. That's money moves.
Okay, do we have anything else to talk about?
I don't know. Let's see. There's some other miscellaneous questions, but I feel like we could compile all the questions we don't do in a given time period and just sort of answer them in a Q&A bonus question, which, by the way, our Patreon, we put these little, what do you call it, goals, like little stretch goals. 10 patrons, we're going to start releasing bloopers, not the ones where Greg would cancel himself, but the like funny stuff where we're at the beginning of the episode where we're just shooting the shit. And I think 20 patrons was the goal for weekly or bi-weekly bonus episodes. I don't remember. We barely have a schedule.
I think
as
monthly
it is.
because it's Patreon, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty
like
good
an
with our
extra
schedule. We
episode a
record
month,
like every
which
week.
is... we put the episodes out, but we're not very consistent about what the difference between it's like sometimes it's 10 days, sometimes it's 15 days, sometimes it's
definitely it's not super consistent, but putting out bonus episodes would definitely help us become more consistent, and it's also more content where we can just spend an entire episode just like personally answering questions from patrons, which we're already kind of doing because I don't know why, but our Ko-fi's kind of fell off, and our Patreon is doing great, but Ko-fi, it's only not really much going on there.
Also, I've got a bit of an idea as it pertains to like bonus episodes and stuff, and let us know if you're interested, and the two of you let me know if you would even have the time for this. But if we can hit a Patreon tier where it's like, maybe it's like you just pay us like $5 a month, and we can just record for like an extra 45 minutes or so, and that could be a bonus episode every week, because we could just cut the last 45 minutes of our episode. And we can talk about more unhinged shit, and maybe it doesn't always have to be as monkey focused, but it'll obviously
we could do bonus episodes where we don't talk about monkey stuff, and we can like save the monkey stuff for the main pod, and we can sort of just talk about like our day or some shit. I don't know.
Well, that sounds lame.
You guys want to hear that?
No.
Oh, well,
no.
okay.
What's your day consist of?
I don't know. I've been getting into calisthenics recently.
Calisthenics?
I'm doing bear crawls.
You're doing calisthenics. You want to be a primatologist. Buddy, are you in like Edwardian England?
Listen, I've developed a chimp fitness routine where you eat, nuts and legumes, and you do only upper body, like fucking pull-ups.
You're getting
and
a prison
shit.
body.
Yeah, get a prison body. Fucking.
You're getting the I served a dime body. I was conceiving of it as like, getting a chimp-like body from like swinging from ropes and shit all day, but I can see how the pull-ups would lead to a prison bod. All you need are some roids. Get some roids, like Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
But on the real though, fellas, I am running out of time here. I do have something to do, so
yeah, we can wrap it up.
We're done. So
all right. So what note do we want to end on?
Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this incredibly depressing episode of the Gorilla Radio Show. Once again, if you've made it to the end of this episode, I implore you to seek psychological help. While you're doing that, I did mean what I said in the beginning. I am very poor. I have been out of work for 3 weeks, and I'm having trouble finding a new job. If anybody wants to throw a couple bucks, maybe my Venmo will be in the description, maybe something, but throw us some money on Patreon or Ko-fi or something. So we can keep bringing you some cool shit. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, and don't forget to join my Chimperial army when that gets off the ground. Hoping for a 2025 time frame. So keep an eye out.
All right. And with that,
back with the remix. These boys are my sons like Phoenix. My city and state never ever seen this. Jimmy Neutron, I'm a young boy genius. On a futon, I'ma give it that penis. When this shit's done, I'ma fill up arenas. Ooh, like Gilbert Arenas. Shoot my shot, I'm still with the demons. Ooh, I keep it thorough. I got 5 chicks in New York, that means 1 in each borough. I'm in the pocket like Burrow. When I'm back home, no, they treat me like Robert De Niro. Took her to Taco Bell, bought her a churro. Took her home, gave her a cinnamon swirl. I left it in, now I got her €1. Zeros on zeros on zeros.